What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. We've got company per usual. This is not even a good sight of Bentley. But you know, dog mom's gotta do what a dog mom's gotta do. So, happy Sunday. I don't know what day it actually is for you, but I hope you're having a wonderful day when you're watching this. And you know what I wanted to go over today? Healthy swaps. Because I have wanted to cover this video forever. And I'm not saying that your entire diet, you need to change it or anything like that, but here's just some tips and tricks that worked for me, whether it's my diet, what I swapped out of it, whether it's my workout routine, or just lifestyle in general. Let's chat about it. So don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let's get started. Okay, so I wanted to kind of start with some certain topics that I thought would be fun and a little interesting. So a lot of people ask me, like, when the heck do I work out? And you know what I do, guys? I do midday workouts. I do it during my lunch. And the reason why I changed this about my lifestyle was because I either would work out before work or I would work out after work, and majority of the time I slept in and didn't go, or I was super tired from work and still didn't go. So overall, I was never going to the gym, or at least I just wasn't being consistent with it. I'd feel good on some days, and then some days I'd have a hard one and just want to go home and veg out and watch Netflix. So honestly, I started changing my routine back when I worked in an office in Seattle. Like a lot of you guys know, I work remotely now, which is awesome. I can go to my apartment gym and it's so easy, accessible to get there. But I started this routine way yonder, way before I even had a remote job. So I was working in an office and I just was so tired of sitting all day. I also was tired of getting up at 5 or 4 to go work out before. So I was like, I need to change this routine about myself. So instead, during my lunch breaks, I changed it into my workout routine. And yeah, was I a little sweaty after? Of course. I'm sure there's some places that have showers that you could use if you want. You could embrace it if you wanted to. But I think the swap is so awesome just because you're doing something different with your day. You're actually looking forward to your lunches. And I mean, by all means, you still need to eat, but do you have a job where you could eat at your desk? So what I would do is I'd go work out, run a mile. We had weights at my office, which was super cool. And we had this conference room and I would literally go in there. 2 of my friends would join, or sometimes it was just me, and I would work out during my lunch break. Then after that, I'd change and then I would eat my lunch at my desk while I was working. You have no excuse if you bring your workout gear to the office, or maybe honestly find a noon class. Go to a spinning class, a Pilates class. If you work in a city, that's awesome. If not, you can go to a gym like next door or something like that. Alrighty, well, moving on to something I'm very passionate about. You know what that is? Coffee. Oh, do I have the swaps for coffee. So if you guys have watched my fitness journey, you know I was a Starbucks barista, and you know I couldn't say no to all the sugary drinks. I still love the sugary drinks, don't get me wrong. Instead, this is a great little hack I learned years ago. And if you are wanting coffee, you still want it kind of creamy like a latte, but you don't want the full amount of milk or something like that, or the full amount of syrups, instead do a iced Americano. You could do a hot, it's not that good though. Do an iced Americano and do half the pumps of sweetener and then a dash of cream. So next time you go to Starbucks, order an iced Americano. This is my personal order, okay friends? 2 pumps of white mocha. Grande usually has 4 pumps. That's a lot of pumps. 2 pumps and you feel it. Or if you don't want any sugar, dash cinnamon in your coffee instead. It's literally like you had a cinnamon syrup. It's so good, and I just pour a dash of cream in. That way it tastes like a full-on latte. So that's a great alternative. Americanos also have an extra shot than normal coffee. So if you get a grande latte at Starbucks, that's actually only 2 shots. But if you get a grande iced Americano, it's 3 shots. Your girl was a barista, she would know. And if you want to be hyped on caffeine like me, go for it. Another great alternative to milk in general, if you don't want like cream or something like that, would be a barista oat milk. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm in love with oat milk. I currently have 2 cartons in the fridge just for me right now. Like, it's so crazy creamy. If you get some sort of like milk frother, it'll change your life. Everyone's always like, Savannah, How do you make your coffee? There is no other way than a milk frother and oat milk. Hands down, the best thing I have ever done for myself. I didn't like soy, I didn't like almond, I'm allergic to milk, and I just was like, YOLO. To go along with this little coffee segment, another great alternative is actually to use maple syrup in your coffee. My stepmom does this, and I was like, girl, you crazy. I don't want to taste maple syrup in my coffee. But it is actually so good. So maple syrup is a great alternative. It's so much more than just a sweetener. So imagine having like a syrup or refined sugar or something. Maple syrup actually has more benefits with it. So it has minerals, it has nutrients. If you're gonna get a sweetener, you might as well do maple syrup. You're also going to be able to consume less sugar with maple syrup. So if you want to try it out as a sweetener, definitely let me know. I've hopped on that train, and whenever I want to sweeten my coffee at home, that's what I use. Okay guys, let's move into the freaking kitchen, all right? So I love making my own dressing. I think it is awesome if you can find a dressing recipe that you love, that's easy, quick. I have my vegan white balsamic creamy dressing. I've put this in time and time in my videos descriptions on how to do it. It's amazing. But I love making my own dressing because if you actually look on the back of the dressing bottle, there are so many added preservatives, you don't even know what's going in your body. And we put dressing on something every single day. Oh, maybe I just do. I meal prep my vegan dressing for Michael and I almost every Sunday, and then I probably added more on Wednesday. And you know what's funny is I use maple syrup as a sweetener instead of sugar. Boom! See how those correlate? Honestly, all I did was go on Pinterest and look up how to make my own dressings, and I'm not someone that needs 20 ingredients. I'm too lazy. I'm not gonna do it. I don't like to cook. So for me, I'm really turned off if it's like this crazy extensive list. So instead, I just pick something that has like maybe 6 ingredients, go to the store, buy it, and then you're probably set with those 6 ingredients for months until they run out. So going along with that, I feel like snacking is a big issue for myself. I love chips. I love chips and salsa. I love guacamole and chips. Did I say I love chips? I don't know. I also love popcorn and all of the good crunchy things. Do you see a trend? It's gotta be crunchy for me. But you know what? I overeat it all the time. And if I'm working from home, I'm gonna snack a lot. And I've known that about myself. And I have found an alternative to this. You know what it is? I stopped buying the chips, slowly but surely. Just kind of dropped it one bag at a time until I went full blown, we're done with the chips. We're hanging it up unless it's a weekend and we're celebrating something. But instead, what Michael and I have been doing is we'll snack on nuts. So it's still super crunchy to me. I absolutely love them. I have bags on bags of cashews, pistachios, almonds, and I'll just grab my little hand of it because it's super easy to overeat on nuts. You can really OD on them. Let me tell you, I have gotten cashew belly aches before and they're not fun. But I also love to bake chickpeas. Those are a great alternative if you want something crispy. Super easy, just pop them in the oven for 20 minutes, roll them around every 5 minutes, season them how you like, and boom, there you go, nature's chips. So good. A lot of people say chickpeas are chalky. I strongly disagree with that. I love them. I put them in Buddha bowls or I'll just snack on them. You can make sweet ones if you want with cinnamon, or you could make salty ones. You can make cheesy ones. The limit does not exist. You do you. Make whatever you want, okay? Alrighty, did someone say white bread? Yes, I know this is a controversy. I know a lot of people talk about it, and you know what? I switched over to whole wheat. And you know why? Because white bread is actually stripped of all of its nutrients. So think about white bread, white rice. Those actually get bleached out and are physically stripped of any nutrient benefit they may have. Talk about nutrient dense. Those don't help you. It's kind of like a filler. So instead, get something like whole wheat, more purposeful types of grains that actually have those nutrients and those benefits to them. So when I talk about their nutrients getting stripped, the fiber is actually stripped when it is white, where wheat helps you with fiber. Woo! You want to prioritize that, people. I tell ya, make the switch and it's good. I've been doing some whole wheat sprouted bread from Trader Joe's. Amazing. Just want to point that in. While we're on the topic of rice, let me add in another healthy swap. I love brown rice, don't get me wrong, but you know what is even greater to consume? Quinoa. but quinoa is actually so great for you. It is higher in fiber than brown rice is. It actually has all 9 amino acids that you need for your body, and it also is a great source of protein, especially for those that are vegetarian or vegan. It's a great supplement for them to get their protein. Granted that both brown rice and quinoa are actually great for micronutrients, they just differ a little bit. So I'm not saying that it's bad to have brown rice, but if you want to have a bit more kick, try some quinoa. Moving on to the breakfast agenda. So I love cereal. You guys, I absolutely love it. Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs, Reese's Puffs. Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Puffs, Captain Crunch, Cookie Crisp. Literally, I could go on forever. I absolutely love cereal. What 90s kid did not love cereal? Come on, let's be real. Sadly, there's not a lot of nutritional benefits to cereal. Do you ever have 4 bowls and you're like, weird, I'm hungry an hour later? Guilty. Victimized of cereal? Guilty, guilty, guilty. So, you guys, you know what I've been trying to incorporate more? I stopped buying cereal, all right? Stopped that because I was like, this is not helping me. This is just feeding my addiction. So I just store steel cut oats. They are amazing. Literally toss them in a bowl. I don't know, boil some water if you're into the microwave. Okay, we all use it. Let's be real and not lie. Put it on for a minute, heat them up, throw in some protein. Oh, protes. My PE science lovers, props, but if not, just throw in some cinnamon and then use fresh berries and fresh fruit, bananas, whatever you want to do, throw it in and you basically have cereal. Let's be real, it's not as crunchy, I understand that, I'm well aware, but you are going to feel fuller for a longer amount of time. So you're like, why steel cut oats? They are actually one of the healthiest grains that you could consume for your body. They're high in fiber, they're minimally processed, and they contain a great source of protein alone in them. So if you've ever tried steel cut, hop back on it because it's a great time. It tastes delicious. Go to Costco, buy the big bags. They're gonna last you a lifetime. They're a great snack at any time. I've seen people baking oats. I wanna get into that. It looks like a massive cookie. If you guys do that, let me know how you do it. All right, you guys, last but not least, let's talk about oils. Olive oil versus avocado oil. Well, first and foremost, ditch canola oil. That stuff's horrible for you. Second off, olive oil is great for something if you are just putting it on a salad, if you're throwing it in a dressing, it's amazing. The only issue with olive oil is there's a smoke point. So dependent on what temperature you cook it at, it can actually start putting out harmful free radicals and could be very bad for your body. It's just not good to consume olive oil that is cooked past a certain temperature, which is why I don't bake with it. I literally just looked it up and the smoke point of avocado oil is higher than 482 degrees. Fahrenheit, my friends, not Celsius. While olive oil can smoke and burn at 375 degrees. I literally cook my potatoes every day at 450 degrees. So just be aware of that. So if you can just buy some extra olive oil, buy some extra avocado oil, or there's other great substitutions. There's sunflower oil, there's so many different oils, different nut oils that you could do, but just be aware, not a lot of people know that. And I had for years been baking with olive oil and never realized that that could actually be harming my body. So just take it into account next time, my friends. All right, guys, well, that wraps up this YouTube video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're staying safe. I hope you have a great day. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time.